Farm Kenya, brought to you by Fugo.
Akishiba, utashiba. Fugo Calf Starter Pellets, Calf Grow Pencils, Heifer Grow, Dairy Milk Plus, and Maxi Milk Plus. Products of Unga Farm Care.
Akishiba, utashiba. Utashiba.
Profite na ng'ombe wako.
Kuwa mkono ambao unalima ardhi, mlango wa mkulima, kuwa mshindi, kuwa na uhakika sasa, kulea mustakabali wa baadaye. Tufanye kazi pamoja na tukue pamoja, kuimarisha Kenya ni jukumu la Farm Kenya.
Hi there, my name is Peter Akaba and this is Farm Kenya. Now today the show is out and about in Kiambu County. We are in Kimende area of Lari Sub-County to meet one young farmer who's proving that disability is certainly not inability. Join us as we take a look. Let's start by you telling us where we are, what this is, and what this area is called, and start by telling us your name.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I would like to welcome you in this farm. We are in Kiambu County, Lari Sub-County, Kimende Town, in Kamau Rabbit Farm. This is where we are now. Yes.
Okay, so we can see a very nice development here, rabbits. Talk to us about why rabbits, what is your interest, and where did you start?
Okay, just as you are saying, it is a developed farm because we have been in operation for some times, more than 10 years. But when we were beginning, it was not like the way you can see it. We started in a small scale,
Yes.
but currently we are doing large scale. Yeah.
Okay, so how did your business start? How many rabbits did you have? Was it one? Where did you get it? Talk to us about the genesis of this operation.
Okay, when I was starting this project, that is the time that I lost my sight, and it was 2013, and I started with only 3 rabbits.
Yes.
Those were 2 females and 1 male. Yes.
Okay, so where did you get them? Did you have a specific idea in mind, and where did the idea come from?
Okay, the thing that made me to start this project, first of all, me, I like being an independent person.
Yes.
And the moment I lost my sight, I just call myself in a self-meeting. I just wonder which kind of business that I can do,
Yes.
so that I'm able to stand on my own. I can able to provide the basic need for myself. So I just do a research
Yes.
concerning the rabbits and the poultry. And at first, poultry was the thing that was running in my mind. But after doing the calculation, the comparison, I found myself falling into rabbit production. Yes.
How many rabbits do you have now? You told us you started with 3 rabbits.
Yes.
So from then to now, how many do you have?
Currently, after starting with those 3, now I have a total of like 300 rabbits, which are countable.
Yes.
Because in rabbit production, we don't count the rabbits that are in nest. Yes, I shall take you through.
Yes.
You shall see the rabbits that are in nest. So those ones we don't count. But the countable ones at the moment I have 3. But the carrying capacity of my farm is 500.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
So we want to understand, you said you did the calculation and so that would be the most profitable.
Yes.
So there are lots of people at home who are thinking about what business they can do that is profitable. So I want us to take them through why rabbits and why you decided that it's profitable. And then from the point of having the 3 rabbits, we know that you have various products.
Yes.
So that these 3 rabbits will multiply. There is the urine and other things.
Yes.
Talk to us about now the business model that you have that keeps this going.
Okay. When I say the comparison between the rabbits and, for example, the poultry, I have said the production cost of rabbit is very low compared to any kind of animal. Simply because a mature rabbit in 24 hours is supposed to consume 100 grams of pellets. In comparison to poultry, that is cuckoo and other birds.
Yes.
So one rabbit can consume only 100 grams in 24 hours.
Yes.
And in addition, you add a hay.
Yes.
Hay. That is the composition of feeding and clean water.
So you give them the commercial pellets?
Commercial pellets,
and
because I'm doing it commercial way.
Uh-huh.
Yes, so I have to look for a way of bringing them up very fast and very cheap way. Yes.
And then you supplement using locally available materials, which is now the hay that you're saying.
We usually give them only hay and the pellets. The pellets comprises of everything that these rabbits may require to grow for healthy growth and fast growth. So when you say that you are going to in a local way, you give them greens.
Yes.
It will be very hectic. Just imagine for me, I have like 300 rabbits. 300 rabbits. How will you be able to feed them? It is very hectic and time consuming.
You said that it's hectic to feed them on the locally available grains.
Yes.
So the business can afford to buy the pellets and still turn a profit.
Yes. The rabbit production, it is a business or a project that can stand on its own and go ahead and support in other businesses. Like in my case, I have told you I have this project. Out of this, I have been able to go to school and I have done already a diploma in education out of this project. Apart from that, I have also started turkey farming out of this. So the way these rabbits are able to stand on their own, they have various markets concerning with different breeds, different breeds and different products. Because in rabbit production, I usually say rabbit is profitable 100% because nothing goes into waste, including the waste, including meat, breeders, and also a rabbit trainer. Yes.
Okay, so let's then go through those individual business lines because a lot of people want to put money in their pocket, but they don't know how.
Okay.
Let's start first with the husbandry. When you get a rabbit, you have to understand the breeds.
Yes.
Because different breeds are good for different things. How do you make that decision?
Okay. First of all, before you venture in this business, you must have gone under training.
Yes.
I usually train people, groups and individual. The reason for training, because you want to venture in this business, how will you be able to pocket something as you are saying? Because not everybody can start something na pocket kitu. Sawa? So when we are training, we train people on how to select the best breed for meat production, because that is the main market that we are having. The other thing, the more you have the best breeds, the more clients will come to your farm. Like my farm, it is well known as a breeding farm. Many people usually come to this farm buying breeds to go and start or add stock into your farms because of this breed. This breed, I got them from a European farm in Murhai. Ilikuwa imeletwa na mzungu, and I have added some from other countries like South Africa. Yes.
Okay. So then let's talk about the lifespan, because for example, if you buy a cow and your business is dairy, from the day you acquire your ndama to the day it produces milk might be 1 year, 1.5. Rabbits have a much shorter span. So from the start of the point where you got your 3 rabbits, when can you say that these things are starting to be productive, they are breeding, you can send them to the market for meat and that sort of thing? Talk to us about that chain of events.
Okay.
Yes.
When I say this is a very easy and manageable project, this is simply because I have told you I started with 3.
Yes.
Out of these 3, a rabbit, the gestation period for a rabbit is 28 to 32 days. So in one delivery of one rabbit, it can give birth a minimum of 7 kids up to 13.
That is in 1 month.
One rabbit, eh?
Yes.
So now imagine you have two, like I had at the beginning, eh? They give birth like 10. Those are 20, sindio?
Yes.
Out of 20, you for example, upate only 5 males out of 20.
Yes.
You are left with 15 females, eh? You sell these young males, eh?
Yes.
To another farm. You are left with 15 females, young females,
Yes.
plus the 2 females, those are 17.
Yes.
After like 1 month
Yes.
or like 5 months
Yes.
later, these 15
Yes.
will be able to, they have attained
They're
the
now
age of
reproductive
breeding.
age. Yes.
Now you see, you have 15 which
Plus
are
2.
Plus 2
Yes.
which are 17
Yes.
at the age of 5 months.
Yes.
Hawa watakuwa wako ready kusaviwa, si ndio?
Yes.
Ukiwa na 17 kila mmoja kupatie 10 utapata watoto wangapi? 170.
Yes.
So now you see how the business is easy. Yes.
At what point do you start to of taking them for meat? If you say that
Taking them for?
for selling them now to the market for meat.
Okay, for meat. For meat, first of all, we consider the growth rate. That's why I'm telling you, if you have good breeds,
Yes.
at the age of 4 months and a half, you are ready to go. Because we usually don't wait until wakue wakubwa.
Yes.
The moment they attain 2.5 kgs,
Yes.
they are ready to slaughter. Yes.
So then let's talk about the market
Yes.
for meat, because we're focusing on the individual aspects of the business.
Yes.
If you think about sasa imefika hiyo 2.5 kgs, who are the main off-takers? Where will you take these?
Okay, to my case or to the general public?
Like now for you, because we're using
To
you
my
as an
case.
example. Yes.
To my case, I usually get market from individual clients like you. For example, you have visited my farm today.
Yes.
You maybe hizi rabbits zimekuvutia.
Yes.
Out of that, you admire to have some meat, si ndio? Unaniambia nikuchinjie.
Yes.
So that is how market first comes. Those are individual clients, eh?
Yes.
There are those people, the brokers. The brokers usually order meat. They get order. They approach us as farmers. They tuna agree. Anakwambia nataka 50 kgs. You slaughter to them.
Yes.
Unaona? Simauzia. That is market. On side of meat.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is the average price per kilo that you will be able to sell?
Average per kg.
Yes.
That one, it depends with the individual.
Yes.
My farm may be different from your farm, simply because my connection may not be your connection. Therefore, but the minimum kg from producer to the consumer, it should be 700
Per kilo.
per kilo.
Yes.
But if broker comes in, it should be like 450 to 500.
Those are very commendable numbers, and this is something you can keep churning because the rabbits are multiplying and regularly. So you're saying that with the sort of capacity you have, you can keep sustaining the production of taking of how many rabbits every 4 to 5 months? Yes, now for the meat market. Per cycle, if we say that...
For example, for the market that I have,
yes.
The way I operate, like I have somebody that I usually supply 10 rabbits every month. That is, I'm comfortable with it.
Yes.
I don't go anywhere looking for rabbits to satisfy my demand. But because I have been in this field, many clients usually come asking for my products. Therefore, the way I work under network. The people who have bought rabbits from me, in case I have a larger market, I usually call them, they bring here, we work together. That is how I operate.
Okay.
Yes.
And I want us to elaborate about marketing later.
Marketing.
Let's talk about the other business side. You said nothing goes to waste. So we've talked about the meat.
Yes.
What are the other aspects of this that are also a business?
Okay. The other thing is the breed. In my farm, we deal rabbits as a source of meat.
Yes.
That is one we have dealt with.
Yes.
We also sell breeders. Yes.
So breeders in this case are rabbits that will go and reproduce somewhere else.
Yeah, these are rabbits that are going to be used as breeders in other farms.
I know that a lot of people will want to start. So ideally, if a person is starting this as a business, what is the ideal number to start with? How many breeders do I buy?
That one, what I can say concerning that question is that the number of breeders for one to buy, first of all, depend with the your intention.
Yes.
Do you like to be large scaler like me? Therefore, your number of breeders you are going to buy automatically are going to be more. The other thing, the capital that you have also determines the breeders that you are going to start with. Okay?
Yes.
The other thing, there are those institutions that usually approaches. Therefore, you see the number also matters. An individual may buy few compared to institutions.
Institution.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, fine. That is a good explanation. Let's move on now to the urine. I've seen that there are gutters that are actually collecting the waste. Why is that the case? What is this used for?
Urine is used as a pesticide, a foliar.
Yes.
Naturally, the urine is a foliar.
Fertilizer.
It is a foliar fertilizer,
Yes.
which is not contaminated in any way because we usually get it direct from the rabbits. Like my cages, these are called self-cleaning cages.
Yes.
The way they are built, the urine, the moment the rabbit urinate,
Yes.
the urine, all the urine is collected to the
The gutter.
gutters.
Yes.
Yeah, then we filter it, we then package. The farmers usually buy it for crop production.
Yes.
That usually helps in pest control, green coloring matter of the plants,
Yes.
and also it increases the productivity of the plants.
Yes.
In this way, when you use the urine in any plants in the right proportion, it usually increases the flowering. When the flowering increases, automatically the outcomes will increase.
The productivity.
Yes.
So what's the average price for a liter of urine?
A liter goes for 100 shillings. It is not expensive.
Yes.
But the good thing with urine, when you buy urine, it is an all-round raw material, whereby when you use it to plants, you will not autonunua kama for example you are ulikuwa unanunua ukaenda kwa control pest,
Yes.
you will not buy another chemical
Yes.
to go and use for other purpose. It is all round raw material. Yeah.
So then for a unit of like this with all these rabbits, how many liters of urine are you expecting in a month?
Yeah, so in my farm, in every 24 hours, usually collect 20 liters.
Oh, okay.
20 liters?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is quite a lot.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the cages themselves. You've called them self-cleaning. So is there a specialist who builds them for farmers, who builds them for you? How did you set about creating these structures that we can say are professionally done and are quite clean and they maintain good control?
Thank you. So these cages,
Yes.
I'm the designer. I usually work there. I usually build them.
Yes.
I usually build them this way. As you can see, I don't see.
Yes.
So maybe you can ask me, how do you manage to
Yes,
build?
how do you manage to do the design work and then the construction?
First of all, I reared these animals. I have passion in animals.
Yes.
Not only these ones. Mimi mwenye niko tu na ile passion ya animals. So I have done enough research concerning these rabbits.
Yes.
Na the way cages are supposed to be. So mwenyewe mimi nakujanga na ukinipatia contract,
Yes.
nakuja we agree with you,
Yes.
unanipatia quotation, unanielezea because you may want to rear rabbits but you don't have that knowledge, the right way to build the cages, okay?
Yes.
So you just unanielezea kenye unataka, then I help you to build the cages.
Okay, so you're also doing consulting work for other farmers
Yeah, I usually
who
build
would want to either start off with the training and then the construction itself.
Yes, when you decide to work with us, we usually guide you from the beginning up to the end. That is the building, the training, building of the cages, and marketing. Yes.
You talked about network, and that's what I wanted to talk about. How important is the network of the people that you work with in ensuring the business is a success in terms of either offtake of the product or ensuring that your breeds are working well and that sort of thing? How important is it to work with professionals and to be able to work with other people in this space?
Okay. Working with others,
Yes.
I will tell you, one head is better than one. One head is better, two heads is better than two. When you work with others,
Yes.
first of all you learn from no one, anakuna mwenye anajuanga everything. So first of all you get to learn from one another.
Yes.
The other thing, when you work with under network, you are able to meet your demand. Hakuna siku yenye client atakupigia simu umwambia una. The other thing, I work under network because I have a market in Tanzania and East African countries. I usually supply these rabbits. Therefore, you may find sometimes the market gap is very wide. Therefore, I may not be able to sustain the market alone. Therefore, I call upon those who are working around me, and they usually help me to meet the demand and to maintain that market. Because one challenge of every business is inconsistency. Today you are able to supply, but tomorrow you are not able.
So to maintain your market, you have to work with others. What does it take to be able to export these products across East Africa and beyond?
Okay. First of all, you must be having appealing product. A product that meets the international demand. Yeah, because I personally usually market my products online. Therefore, that is where I get clients. They ask me, I'm in Zambia, will you be able to deliver these animals? Yes. I'm in Tanzania, will you be able? Yes. The other thing, I work under trust.
Let's talk about, because you've talked a lot about the breeds and productivity. And for a lot of people, that is where the major challenge might be in terms of achieving the sorts of production quality that you're talking about, production levels. Talk to us about the breeds that you've mentioned here. We can see they're different colors, they're different sizes. Some of them are very large. For people who are aspiring to get into this space, what breeds should they consider?
For a farmer to get the quality breeds, you may have the better breeds, but due to your production, the way you have breed them, it will lower your quality or increase your quality. Because especially in my farm, you can see so many cages. These cages helps me to avoid inbreeding. You can see we have almost the same ages, but in different cages. We usually try to avoid inbreeding. When you take rabbit from our farm, we usually give you instruction on how you are going to feed it, to keep it, until you attain the best quality. And one thing we usually tell people, try to avoid inbreeding. When I'm selling rabbits to, I'm selling to you, I usually try to avoid the way I'm going to sell it to you, then you go and inbreed. Yes, because the moment you inbreed rabbits, automatically, first of all, the immunity lowers. The other thing, the structure, the body structure goes down. That is, it becomes to be dwarf. In rabbits, we have 3 levels. We have giant, we have standard, and we have dwarf. Like in my farm, all of them are giant.
Let's talk about productivity, because we will stop at some point so that we can now go to the second part where we delve right into the details. We can see the different colors of different rabbits here. So talk to us about the particular breeds and what they are called, and why you chose those ones.
Just as you are saying, in my farm I have so many rabbits, as you can see, concerning the colors. The rabbits, we usually categorize them according to the colors, according to the features. Yes, we have the New Zealand. New Zealand is the most white rabbit with pink or reddish eyes. That is New Zealand. It is known as the good mothering rabbit, and it usually have, in its delivery, it usually delivers so many kids. The other animal, another breed, they have the California. The California, it is almost like New Zealand, but it have spots in the ears, nose, and
on the paws.
Then at the tails. At the tail. Then we have chinchilla. Chinchilla, it is grayish in color. Then we have the Havana. The totally black rabbit. We have the earloops. That one is the rabbit that always yake imelala chini. If ukiangalia huku utaziona zinakaa tu masikio yake imelala.
And then we have some that are brownish cream. Some which are brownish creamish in color.
Brownish like goldish. This one are called the palmino. Palmino inakuanga mostly inaekangwa, it is like New Zealand.
Yes.
Na inapendangwa na many farmers because of that appealing. Like I can ask you,
yes.
There are so many rabbits umeona, kwa nini umeenda kwa hii?
Yes.
Because of that color, it is eye-catching color.
Yes, it looks like a lion.
Yes. Then we have the checkered giant.
Yes.
We have the Dutch. There are so many. We have the Angora. Angora looks like the Chihuahua dog. Yeah, it has very long hairs.
Yes.
That is kept for ornamental purpose. Yes.
So, the final question for
Yes.
this segment of the show:
What?
Do the different breeds do well in different areas? There, for example, I'm from a drier place like Laikipia or Mombasa or Kiambu. Will some breeds do well in some areas than others?
So these rabbits, generally rabbits, they don't do well according to the environment or any. It can fit in with any climatic condition, depending. Yani wetu ndio unafaa kujua, like in our place it is a very cold place.
Yes.
That's why unaona the whole nyumba yote iko covered, because usually atutakangi rabbit ukiexpose kwa extreme cold like or extreme wind blowing, it will start forming illness. About naita snuffles.
Okay.
Snuffles ni kama kukohoa. Then kama wewe uko arid areas and semi-arid, you are supposed to build your cages ikiwa haiko covered, so that there is throughout ventilation and kuna hewa inapita ndani.
Okay. Yeah, so Kamau, that's quite very informative. A lot of good information for our young farmers out there. So we want to go to a short commercial break.
Yes.
But when we come back, I want us to delve deep into some of the things that you've talked about to give people real insights and real information that they can use to get into this business. We'll be back in just 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Kuwa mkono ambao unalima ardhi, mlango wa mkulima, kuwa mshindi, kuwa na uhakika sasa, kulea mustakabali wa baadaye. Tufanye kazi pamoja na tukue pamoja, kuimarisha Kenya ni jukumu la Kenya.
We'll be coming back to Kamau with more inspiring tips on rabbit farming. But in the meantime, let's take a moment to explore this venture more broadly, what it takes to start, how to do it right, and the benefit it offers Kenyan farmers. Rabbit farming in Kenya is gaining popularity, and for good reason. Rabbits require less space, reproduce quickly, and are cheaper to feed compared to other livestock. A doe can give birth every month to 7 or 13 kids, meaning your stock multiplies fast. The meat is lean, high in protein, and low in cholesterol. Perfect for today's health-conscious consumers. Starting a rabbit farm doesn't require a huge investment. All you need are a few good breeders, proper housing, and a feeding plan. Choose breeds like the New Zealand White, the California, or Chinchilla for fast growth and high meat yield. Housing is key. Rabbits need well-ventilated, raised cages to keep them safe from predators and disease. Cleanliness is critical to avoid health problems like coccidiosis. Use self-cleaning cages if possible and position urine gutters to collect organic fertilizer.
Kulisha sungura inakuwa rahisi kwa sababu vyakula ni aina mingi ambazo zinaweza kusaidia sungura kukua ile kiasi inahitajika ya nyama. Na kwa hiyo unaweza lisha sungura wengi na mapato inakuwa juu kwa sababu haujatumia pesa mingi kwa kulisha, kwa kununua chakula ambayo iko na gharama ya juu. Kama vile tunajua kwa wakati huu chakula na mifugo karibu wote iko kwa bei ya juu sana. Lakini kwa sungura kuna aina mingi ya chakula unaweza pea ambazo pia inaweza kuwa kwa shamba lako. Faida ingine ya sungura nini tofauti na nyama kuchinja nyama ama kuuza nyama ni ile urine yake inatumika kama fertilizer, na ile droppings yake inatumika kama fertilizer ambayo iko na manufaa zaidi ukilinganisha na kununua zii fertilizer unanunua madukani. Ya kwanza ni ile tunaita organic. It's purely organic, na hii manure yake pia tunaita cold manure. Inamaanisha unaweza toa direct kutoka kwa ile nyumba ya sungura ama pahali umekusanya na ukaenda ukaweka kwa mimea zako. Na ukiangalia tofauti ya hiyo manure na ingine, utaona hii ya sungura inafanya mimea inaenda kwa haraka na inakuwa na mazao zaidi ukilinganisha na kutumia hii tunaita commercial fertilizer.
Rabbits thrive on a mix of commercial pellets and hay. On average, a rabbit consumes 100 grams of pellets daily. Provide clean water at all times. Avoid feeding kitchen scraps or untested local feeds to maintain balanced nutrition. Also, track your breeding cycles to prevent inbreeding and plan for market readiness. Rabbits can be slaughtered at 2.5 kilograms, that is usually around 4 to 5 months. Markets for rabbit products are growing. You can sell meat to individuals, restaurants, brokers, or even hotels. Rabbit urine is in demand among organic farmers and sells for up to 100 shillings per liter. You can also earn by selling breeders or building cages like Kamau does. The secret is quality. If your animals are healthy and well-bred, the market will come to you.
Watu hawakuwa wamechukua hii kazi ya sungura kama ni kazi, lakini baada ya kuweka juhudi nyingi na kufanya kazi, watu walianza kukubali kazi ya sungura ni kazi muhimu. Sasa wakati huu tunachinja sungura kwa kichinjio yetu ambao iko hapa Thika. Watu wamekubali kula nyama ya sungura, na kama wakati huu nyama zetu zote tunauza kwa supermarkets kama Naivas na mikahawa kadha wa kadha. Shida ile tulikuwa naye ni ya kwamba watu wengi hawakujua kufuga sungura, na sababu ilikuwa inaonekana ni kazi ya vijana. Tuliwapeleka kwa masomo, tukawafundisha kufuga sungura, tukaonyesha kujengea, sababu sungura inataka nyumba ambayo haina chafu yoyote. Tunaiza self cleaning cage, ndio inajisafisha, mkojo unaenda chini na droppings zote zinaenda chini. Sasa kutoka hapo tukawafundisha chakula. Sungura inataka kula chakula ambao haina maji. Wakati tuna train, tunafundisha watu hiyo kazi nimesema ya kujenga, tunawafundisha kuchinja, tunawafundisha kulisha, that is feeding, itakula chakula kiasi gani, itakula mara ngapi kwa siku. Na siku hiyo hiyo tena tunawafundisha kuchinja sungura, sababu watu wengi hawajui kuchinja sungura. Hata unasikia ukienda kule kwa village kwa ushago, utasikia mtu anasema ati sungura inachinjwa, inawekwa, inakula, watu wanakula siku hiyo ingine. Hiyo sio ukweli, sababu sungura lazima uigadishe, tunasema stunning. Kama vile ng'ombe inagongwa kwa kichwa, halafu inakatwa shingo bila kusikia uchungu, na utakula namna hiyo. Nyama iko na madini mingi, ni very high quality meat. Na hata ukienda unaona watu wengine hospitali wanaambua kule nyama ya sungura. Kwa hivyo ndivyo tunafanya. Sasa watu wengi wameingia kufuga sungura hizi, na tunachinja kila Wednesday. Kwa wakati huu kila nyama ya sungura imefikisha kilo shilingi 500, lakini tunatumaini soko itaendelea kuwa kubwa na bei itaendelea kupanda.
Kamau's story shows that with focus and determination, even the smallest venture can grow into a thriving business. Whether you are a young person looking for your first agribusiness or a farmer exploring diversification, rabbit farming could be your next big leap.
So let's continue with our conversation.
Yes.
So we said we wanted to get to know Kamau, the rabbit farmer. So talk to us about yourself. How old are you? Are you married? What have you achieved so far in terms of what you think in life, and what are your aspirations?
Okay. I'm 30 years old.
Yes.
I'm not married.
Yes.
I'm still searching
Uh-huh.
for somebody
Yes.
who will be, first of all, to accommodate, to understand the way I am,
Yes.
and embrace what I'm doing, because I cannot change my work because of somebody. Yes.
So when you think about this project, and it's large, and we know a lot of people need this mentorship, they need to have their hands held. What are your aspirations in terms of growing this business and growing the communities and partnerships that can benefit from this?
What I can say
Yes.
is that it is better somebody, when you decide to start something,
Yes.
just start small, but think big.
Yes.
That one will help you. That, just like my case, I started in a very small way, but currently I'm a large scaler
Yes.
in Kenya, and also that's how I'm able to even get the external market. But don't lose hope. This business has so many challenges,
Yes.
but don't lose hope, even if any kind of challenge comes on your way. Yeah.
Okay. What are those challenges? Because you've talked about, you have talked about challenges.
Yes.
Please talk to us about what those challenges are and how you have been able to overcome them.
Okay. Especially for the rabbit production, one of the biggest challenge that we usually encounter is imbalance in the nutrients in the food.
Yes.
When that comes about, automatically you are going to experience the high mortality rate, because this food are supposed to be balanced. Okay, that is one challenge.
Yes.
The other challenge is lack of, people may not embrace what you are doing.
Yes.
Therefore, like to my case, it usually, there before it was a very challenging, because like I'm marketing my products in Facebook.
Yes.
Na sioni au wengine wanaona. So the moment client says that I want something, unaona sharukiwa na mwingine. So that is another challenge. But when you believe in yourself, you don't lose hope. You just be focused.
Yes.
Automatically you overcome those challenges. Yeah.
You talked about pellets. So how do you determine which company, which brand is selling the best product? I know you've had lots of experience.
Okay.
How do you know which ones are going to be balanced?
Okay, especially here in Kenya, we have very few companies that deals with the rabbit pellet production. Therefore, it becomes easy for us as farmers to detect which product, which company we are going to use.
Yes.
Therefore, we have the groups of rabbit farmers. Therefore, my experience I share with the other farmers. They share with me the experiences. Then we come with a conclusion that we are going to use Pembe company or Jubilee pellets in our production. When we say this, we usually consider the food that will help the rabbits to grow fast, because we are doing it commercially. Therefore, we want something that will bring them up fast. Yes.
When we talked earlier, you said that your project has enabled you go to school.
Yes.
To the point where you've now graduated with a diploma.
In education.
Yes, in education.
Yes.
Why have you chosen that path? Why that particular thing? Why education? How is it helping you in terms of what you're doing?
Okay, that is a good question.
Yes.
Apart from being rabbit farmer,
yes,
I'm a teacher,
yes,
I'm a counselor, I'm a mentor. So my course of education helps me to know how to solve other people's problems, especially in encourage them and helping, like giving back to the community. Yes.
Okay. So in terms of then speaking to people out there, because unajua vijana wanasema hakuna kazi na hakuna pesa in this economy. What would you say to those people?
Tunasemanga kazi iko ni venye tu ijafanywa, because I usually say even waste it is a source of business idea. Just be creative and innovative. Only that. The other thing, don't compare yourself with another person. Like I personally, I know there are those people who are maybe doing better than me, but I don't compete. I don't compare myself with them, because each and every person, even our fingers are not of the same size. Therefore, angalia mahali unakanyaga wewe peke yako, na just be focused. Just be focused. When I was starting this project, I remember we were three young men.
Yes.
But not sahi nimebaki peke yangu in our locality, because they walienda mara naambiwa, hey, unafanya biashara gani hii, hizi leta pesa. But I didn't listen. Today I'm known as a exporter. What if ningewasikiza?
Yes.
Singekuwa nimefika mahali niko, singekuwa nimesoma. Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. Now let's talk about the policy environment. Na serikali, what are the challenges that exist at government, the county and others? Can the things that they can do to make your life easier and to improve your business? If you were to speak to those people, what would you be telling them?
That is a good question, and I'm going to respond it by saying, I have not seen any government support.
Yes.
Being a person living with disability, there is no any support that usually tunasikia ngokuwa na disability. If you have something that you are doing, you are going to get a reinforcement.
Yes.
Even sijapata anything. In fact, hata ni kukandamizwa. Simply because when I exporting, I remember there was a time I was exporting these rabbits. I was taxed almost 3/4 of the total that I earned.
Really?
Yes. So unaona hapo unapata kuna kufinyiliwa. The government is saying wanatusupport ati kujiendeleza, but in the reality hakuna kitu kama hiyo. So my humble request to the government, like in our locality, the industry that deals with rabbit inapatikana Thika. Thika they complain that they are not getting enough supply of these rabbits.
Yes, of rabbits.
Why can't they have watupatie tu ka branch kiasi huku kwetu ama hapa around in my locality, na nitaweza coordinate na nifanye rabbit production meat ikuwe sawa. Yes, they can reinforce us na kitu kama hiyo.
Yes. Yeah, so when we talk about rabbit meat, Kamau, have Kenyans embraced this as a product? Because we know they eat a lot of nyama choma, wanakula mbuzi, ng'ombe, chicken. Are they embracing rabbits?
For those who have the knowledge,
yes,
wame-embrace rabbit kwa sababu kama kwangu mimi sikosangi order. Napata tu wengine wananiitisha, so siwezi kosa. But unapata tu ni challenging kwa wale kama wewe hujajulikana na kama wewe hujui kujimarket, it is challenge. But for those who know, rabbit meat inakuwa very nutritious na hata kuliko hizo zingine zote. Yes.
So when you say rabbit meat is tasty and nutritious, what are the benefits? Why should I eat rabbit meat rather than eat pork or eat beef or one of those others?
Okay. Reason for that is that rabbit meat kwanza, it is a white meat which is highly recommended by doctors, especially to the aging people.
Yes.
Hiyo ni kitu ya kwanza. The other thing, this rabbit kama ukiwalea tu venye nimewalea vizuri,
yes,
they are meat, yani unakuta they have no any cholesterol percentage kwa nyama yao. Hakuna. Unaona? The other thing, hakuna any chemical interference kwa mwili yake. Therefore ni kama tu imegrowiwa organically. Unaona? Yeah, and when I say organically, I don't say ati imegrowiwa na majani.
Yes.
Because many people may think anything to deal with organic ati ni majani ama nini. Hapana. Ni kitu yenye iko pure, hakuna chemical haijadungwa booster. Hapana. Imegrow tu venye inafaa, under good breeding procedures.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you talked about pests in the beginning when we were talking. Are there any major concerns around pests and that sort of thing for rabbits?
That may interfere with the rabbit production?
Yes.
They are there. Not generally a pest only.
Yes.
But venye umewalea. First of all, the hygiene is the key to success in rabbit farming. The other thing, the caging system yako iko aje. Those are the main. The other thing, ni predators. Predators are those dogs or nini, mungus.
Yes.
Lakini sasa, those ones are your personal effort. Ile tunasemanga individual.
Yes, ni kujitolea.
Ile yani, because you are doing it for your own good, just work hard, uje venye utaweza prevent. Lakini kitu kama diseases, because they are there, you are the one to prevent. Yani, this business operate like a car. Gari ukiamua kuiendesha kwa mtaro, itaingia. Yes, this is how the business works. Like in my farm, ukitembea tu utaona. Hata maybe isipokuwa ni vile tunaongelelea hapa. During the day they are supposed to be sleeping. Wameshiba, wamelala.
Yes. Yeah, so compared to the other small ruminants in the market, kuna watu wa mbuzi and does your product fetch a premium price because you said it's organic? So na zingine tunajua wanafanya team building nazo kwa nyasi zinadunga mavitu. So does your product fetch a premium price?
Fetch a good?
Yes, a good price compared to others like goats na sheep na hizo zingine.
Yes, my products generally in rabbit production, what I can say, ukitaka to succeed in rabbit, you see, just be flexible with the prices, because in the current price zenye tuko nazo, inabidi tu unakuwa flexible with the state of the economy. But hata ukiwa flexible, utapata tu bado inakubakishia kitu.
That is good.
But the secret in rabbit, just be a large scaler, ama unaweza kuwa small scaler, but you have the quality. Customer will be looking at you.
So you said you have a network of other young farmers that you work with. There are people out there who want to get into this. What would be your parting shot as we close this show to those people? What would you be saying to them in terms of the productivity of this business and how they can make money by being focused and working in a sector like rabbit production?
Okay, the way I can tell those people who are practicing rabbit farming as an intention of having market, I can tell them just usitake mkato. When I say mkato, just bring, nasema kuna wale watu wana bring up wanyama na booster. Na kama I personally hata nikiwa na market uniti rabbit wenye umedunga booster, I cannot pick, but I will be able to know and I will not pick. But when you do the right thing, automatically you will never complain. Many people usually complain there is no market, but market is there. The products in yours meet the standard.
Wow, what an inspiring story right there from Kamau Kalisto, hearing about his experience rearing rabbits and making a success despite his disability. Well, for today, I will let him close the show for us, talking to us about just how we can reach him if, of course, you are interested. Kamau, talk to us. How can these young farmers, the audience, the people out there, the potential customers, how can they get in touch?
Okay. When you want to maybe to talk to me in terms of rabbit training, or you want any breed, you can reach me via my Safaricom number 07 03 643 861 07 03 643 861. Or you can follow me in my Facebook page, Kalisto Kamau, Karisto Kamau, Kalisto Kamau. Then tutaongea na tutasaidiana.
Kuwa mkono ambao unalima ardhi, mlango wa kulima, kuwa mshindi, kuwa na uhakika sasa, kulea mustakabali wa baadaye. Tufanye kazi pamoja na tukue pamoja.